Am I the asshole for telling my mom she'll never have grandkids because of how she voted?
Ooh.
This is a serious one.
Okay.
Yeah. Important info, my parents and I, only child, live in a state with very restrictive reproductive health laws. In summer of 23, I, 30 female, came off birth control because of some pretty bad side effects. My spouse, 33 male, and I were always ambivalent about kids. We figured if it happened, and if not, parenthood just wasn't meant for us. Fast forward to the holidays of 23. When visiting my in-laws out of state, I was rushed to the ER, bleeding out internally with what turned out to be a ruptured ectopic pregnancy.
Oh, shit.
I underwent emergency surgery where they stopped the bleeding, but I did lose my right fallopian tube.
Oh, my God.
After this, I went back on birth control and had my doc do a full workup before my spouse and I decided next steps. The workup revealed a large, benign tumor on my remaining tube, as well as significant uterine fibroids. I was told that any pregnancy I had would be high risk and that carrying to term was not as likely, but also not impossible. Given the diagnosis and that my state has now caused the need for a legal team's input for providing emergency abortions in the case of a mother's health being in jeopardy. So that was a lot of words, but I'm going to say that again for everyone.
Yeah, no, because this is fucking insane. Yeah, like...
Given the diagnosis and that my state has now caused the need for a legal team's input for providing emergency abortions in the case of a mother's health being in jeopardy. So the doctor can't give an emergency abortion to a mother
unless they get legal involved to see if it's even legal to do.
See if it's possible. They have to approve it.
Yeah.
Legal has to approve it first.
Which is really good when you have like seconds
Someone
on
dying.
the clock. Yeah, like...
Yeah. Health being in jeopardy, I decided to move forward with removal of my uterus and remaining tube instead of risk death a second time.
Yeah.
The surgery occurred the day after the election, and I am recovering well physically. Still working on the emotional side.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, understood.
Yeah. My mom, who really fell down the MAGA pipeline in the last 2 years, called me a few days ago for our monthly catch-up. I had not told her or anyone besides my best friend and spouse about the procedure because I wanted to come to terms with my decision before having to explain it to others. She went off on a long rant about how the new government will be great for families for when she becomes a grandma, and that a national abortion ban would save so many lives of unborn babies.
This is a slam dunk. What you're about to do. Yeah, yeah.
I completely lost it and screamed at her that she would never become a grandma, and it's because of how she and those like her voted. I told her I had to have everything removed so I couldn't become pregnant and actually die this time. I hung up after that and had a breakdown. My dad, who is not MAGA, called me a few days ago to let me know that he was sorry that I had to make this decision, that he hoped I healed, but that I couldn't talk to my mom like that,
Healed?
and I need to apologize.
It's been what, like days? Healed? Fuck you. And also fuck you trying to be like, you should talk to your mom still. That's great. Apologize. Go fuck yourself.
Yep. Personally, I don't want to apologize for what I said. You shouldn't.
Correctly, you shouldn't apologize.
You shouldn't do that. I will apologize for how I said it. Don't do that. But I really don't think I'm that much of an asshole at the end of the day. So
you're
I'm
not
the asshole.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
You're not wrong. Your anger isn't even misplaced.
Yeah,
It's very correctly placed. What else could you get angry about if you couldn't get angry about this?
Yeah, like
that's
this is
what
a very
I've been asking
cut and
myself.
dry, like there were consequences from fucking 2016 to 2020 that carried through.
And even pre, a lot of people I think are forgetting a lot of the politics.
It was still hard, yeah.
It was very hard. It laid the groundwork for this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true.
You know,
but yeah, no, fucking obviously not the asshole.
You might be like, well, Sarah, this is not a discussion. This is a podcast. It's about discussing. Well, you know what we can discuss? All of the other commenters on this Reddit post giving their stories, which I have 3 picked out.
Okay. Fuck.
Obviously not the asshole. Just want to share these stories. Okay.
I'm so.
And Josh, you can just chill out.
102 right now. My heartbeat.
It's very short. They're very short.
Cool.
I just want to say, as someone who also had to have an unwanted hysterectomy, that I'm sorry for what you've lost. It gets easier in time.
Okay.
My wife had placenta precreta that in the end required a hysterectomy. Long story short, we moved across country just as we learned she was pregnant. She had complications, and the religious hospital that we went to totally ignored, parentheses, lied, about how serious it was. We had to travel back to our original home state to receive the care we needed. Unfortunately, lost the pregnancy and ability to have additional children.
Oh, fuck.
And yes, we have those same parents, quote unquote, that voted against her right to be here today. We hardly talk to one and do not talk to another.
Yeah.
Even when your daughter and in-law goes through something that's scary, they shouldn't change their beliefs. Or they couldn't change their beliefs. Sorry, not shouldn't. As much as it may hurt, those types of people will never understand it. Move on. You'll be better off in the long run. Your sanity is more important than her hate.
That's 100% correct. Yeah.
And then I have one very long one that I do want to read.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get through it and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Honestly, people are thinking banning abortion saves lives. It doesn't. If you've got a 16-year-old girl who is forced against her will to have sex, even once and gets pregnant, and I won't want to edit is raped, even once and gets pregnant, who's to say that she could raise that child when she is still but a child herself? She might have family to help her, but she might not. Now, instead of being able to choose whether or not she believes she's ready to become a mother or carry a child that was conceived through such traumatic means, some women/girls can do it, some can't. She's forced to. If she's not ready, you know what happens? That child gets neglected and either dies in infantry or childhood, or the girl commits suicide. Now, because one choice was taken away, you've ruined countless lives. Her friends, any family she might have had, teachers she may have been close to, even the cashier at her local grocery store. Another option, adoption. But who's to say that child ends up in a good home? Who's to say that child doesn't grow up resenting her mother for giving them away? Or grows up in a mentally unstable home and becomes another school shooter or something? Now, everything could be fine and work out okay, but realistically in this country, what's the likelihood of that happening? The other side of that is a woman has an unplanned pregnancy, forced pregnancy, or a planned one. The first and third option, something goes wrong, like it unfortunately did for OP, and there's a need to abort. They might not be able to have one because of the abortion ban. Now, not only have you lost a child due to unforeseen events, but you've also lost a woman which affects so many other people to the point other children are affected either directly, as she could work with children or have nieces and nephews, kids of her own, or her family is so devastated they can't snap out of whatever for a while. The second option is basically everything I explained above. But another thing, because someone said that states would be able to choose if they want to ban abortion, here's the problem with that. If you need one because you're not mentally ready for motherhood, you now need to travel possibly several states just to get an abortion, which I don't think would be allowed. But if it is, you've now wasted money on gas and whatever else, or a plane ticket, just to have a procedure you should have been able to have at home. The flip side, you need an emergency abortion. OP stated that in her state, you need a legal team in order to get one. What if you don't have money for a lawyer? Is the government going to pay for every woman in America to have lawyers in case of a needed abortion? Because if not, then they shouldn't be making such important decisions for us. A woman may not have time to wait for a lawyer to explain why her abortion is necessary or to travel states to save her life. The ban on abortion would ruin more lives than it would save, if you ask me.
Yeah. No, yeah, the ban is going to kill more people. Like,
they're not pro-life.
They're not. They never have been. They never will be.
And, you could tell because immediately after the election, everyone was like, your body, my choice.
Yeah.
It was never about life in the first place.
That's the thing. I didn't bring it up during the election talk, and I probably should have. Because it affects everybody, but like personally, I'm an uncle now, and to a beautiful baby niece right now, toddler. I don't know what the age is right now. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrifying.
Baby. Newborn. Yeah.
Newborn. Yeah. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, she was born without abortion rights.
Yeah. To even like think that, and like that's one of the first rights that's going to be taken away of many other rights, probably.
But in Florida, yeah,
in Florida,
it doesn't
least.
Really.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's really, it's just so fucked. I don't know. It's
born past a codified Roe versus Wade. It does a national abortion ban. Trump installs himself as some sort of, extends the presidential term. Installs a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
2. It could be up to 50 years of us dealing with this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's awful. It's terrifying. Yeah.
These people that believe that this shit is pro-life, that's going to save lives, are charitably delusional, at worst, lying murderers.
Yeah.
I don't. Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
People that want women to die and are lying.
Yeah.
But I bring up gender too much.
Sarah,
There's not a problem.
you gotta let me speak more during my stories.
I know, I have to shut the fuck up, or else we won't. Yeah. The fans, Josh. They need me to shut the fuck up, dude.
God, that's so fucking crazy. Fuck.
How did I not have an absolute, like, my mental breakdown was limited.
I mean, you were looking up mental hospitals, so
I did
think
do
it's to
that.
that point. So let's calm down for a second. Let's give you some grace, all right?
I'm just saying, I'm strong as fuck, bro. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, everyone. Clap.